Hi guys, it's Mrs. Jackson. I'm just going to walk you through a quick review of writing our ionic compounds before you get into today's mixed practice. This is the information that I'm pulling from the cheat sheet that is posted in today's folder. This is just the section on writing ionic compounds. I'm just going to walk you through 3 review examples to refresh your memory before you get started. So the first one I'm going to write is calcium nitrate. So you can see here, these are the steps that I need to follow if I'm going to write a formula for an ionic compound. I always know that I'm working with an ionic compound because I have a metal at the very front. Okay, so the first thing that I want to do is I'm going to write the first word as a cation and the second one as an anion. So to find those, I look on my periodic table. I find that calcium as a cation is Ca2+, so I write that as my cation, Ca2+, and then I need to go look up nitrate. So I go back to that periodic table and I look at my ions. I find nitrate is right here. It's a little small in the video, but you've got your own periodic table with ions. It's NO3 with a -1. So to write nitrate, I write the formula NO3 and I put the charge -1 up top. Now this is a polyatomic ion, so I'm going to put a set of parentheses around my polyatomic ion formula, the NO3, because it cannot change. That has to stay together. So I'm adding those parentheses if I need to. And then I'm going to crisscross my numbers down. This is step number 3. I'm going to bring the understood 1 down beside calcium, and I'm going to bring the 2 down beside nitrate. And that looks like I'm going to have the formula Ca1, make that correct. Looks like I'm going to have the Ca with a 1, and then nitrate would be written as NO3, but I need 2 of those. Okay, so if I had numbers here that would reduce, I would reduce it just like you would a ratio or a fraction in math, but I have a 1 and a 2, and that's as low as that ratio can go. Then the last step is to rewrite without those 1s. So my final answer is going to be Ca parentheses NO3 parentheses with a 2. Notice I didn't write the 1 for the calcium. All right, next example I'm going to walk through very quickly is for iron 3 oxide. Now remember, this Roman numeral tells me what my charge is. That tells me that I've got a 3+, so I don't even have to look up iron. So I write the symbol for iron 3, that's Fe with a 3+, and then I go back to my periodic table and I look up oxide. I find oxide right here. He's an O with a 2- charge. So I write O with a 2- charge. I don't have a polyatomic ion in this case, and so I skip right to step number 3 where I crisscross my numbers down. So I bring the 2 down here beside the iron, and I bring the 3 down beside the oxygen. So it looks like I'm going to have Fe2O3. I check for step 4 to see if I can reduce them. A 2 and a 3 don't reduce. And so I'm going to rewrite my final formula as Fe2O3. For the final example on our review, I'm going to work through this example, magnesium carbonate. When I look at my periodic table, I see that magnesium is down here with a 2 charge. So I write magnesium, and I show its charge as 2+, and then I have to find carbonate on my list of ions. So I look for carbonate. Carbonate is located right here. It's a CO3 with a 2- charge. So I write that formula, CO3 with a 2- charge. Now I usually write my parentheses, so I'm going to double check those. I'm going to put my parentheses right here around my ion. and that completes step 2. And then step 3 is where I crisscross my numbers. So I'm going to bring a 2 beside the magnesium, and then I bring a 2 outside of my parentheses for carbonate. So I rewrite my formula as Mg with a 2, parentheses, CO3, and a 2 outside the parentheses. Those atoms that are inside the parentheses cannot change. So now I look at step number 4, and I want to look at the numbers that I switched down. So I'm looking at this 2 and this 2. And because both of those 2's can reduce to 1's, just like if you had a fraction, 2 over 2, you would reduce it to 1 over 1. I'm going to reduce those to a 1 each, and I'm going to rewrite my formula as Mg1 CO3 1. Okay, but on step 5, it says to rewrite our formula without the 1's. So I'm going to erase the 1's that are here, and my final formula is MgCO3. If you want to take the parentheses off of the carbonate, if you only need one of your polyatomic ions, the parentheses can come off. Your final formula would be written then as MgCO3. So that's just a quick review and a quick tutorial on how to use your cheat sheet to the most benefit for you. Thanks. Bye.